Hi, I'm Heidi Floyd. I am a breast cancer survivor. I was diagnosed when I was 36 years old and I was pregnant. And the options to me at that time were limited. I was told that I could either wait until I had my child, and if I was still alive at that time, they would treat me. Otherwise, I could terminate my pregnancy. Now, I had had several miscarriages to that point, and that just was not an option for me. So I looked around until I found a doctor who had the wherewithal, the knowledge to treat someone who was pregnant. I was not able to, for example, get medicines that would keep my white blood cell count up or keep me from being nauseous. All of that would cross the placental barrier. So they knew that I could have straight chemo, but I couldn't have anything else. And so that was a challenge. But what he had given me, what that doctor had given me, his name is George Sledge, was hope. It was a little grain of hope, and that is primarily all we need when we're diagnosed with cancer, because you hear that word and it's terrifying, and you don't want to be blindsided by what's coming, but you don't want to hear only the negative. Yes, we need to know that chemotherapy is going to do this and radiation is going to do this, and here's what's going to happen, and here are the side effects. But you also want to know, but at the end, you'll have a fighting chance. You can do it. You can keep working. You can keep trying hard. And I think it's important to note as well that I've lost so many friends and so many loved ones to breast cancer. Just because you may not survive, that doesn't mean that cancer has won. I know so many women who have gone before me, and even though they're no longer with us, they did everything in their power not only to beat cancer, but also to educate others and to advocate for research. And that is just as important as just living a normal life to me. And chemo does really hard things to your body. I think we're all well aware of the fact that you lose your hair and things like that. But when you have chemo, it all goes away, all of your hair. And it's disconcerting, and you lose your femininity, you lose everything about who you think you were. And on top of that, I was pregnant, right? So I'm getting really large because I'm a pregnant person. Now I'm bald. I basically look like my brother. It's a disheartening situation. And so for me, losing all of that and knowing, that I had a mastectomy coming up, every bit of my identity as a woman was going to be going away. And so that was discouraging for me. I have a friend who's in musical theater, and he said, you know what the problem is? You need to reattach your femininity. What we're going to do is we're going to walk you through how to put on fake eyelashes. That'll help everything. And I thought, okay. And I did not know, because I'm not that type of person. I had not purchased them before. If you go to the store toward the beginning of November, what you're looking at is the Halloween clearance. That's what those eyelashes are. So I go there, I get my eyelashes, and he's walking me through, okay, you put the glue on, put those eyelashes in. So I'm standing in front of the mirror in the bathroom. He says, now girl, you stand up and tell me what you see. So I have those giant glamour length eyelashes on, and I pull up, and he says, well, what do you see? And I said, I'm a pregnant drag queen. And he said, great. I said, no, that's not what I'm looking for. I think I'm just supposed to be bald through this whole thing. So it was a difficult journey, but there were parts of humor and comfort, and the people that I needed to surround me did. And I think that's the most important thing to remember, that even though someone is going through something this difficult, there are ways that you can inject humanity back in. It was shortly after I had had one of my many surgeries that I decided to go in for a Wacoal bra fitting. And I was filled with trepidation, because your body changes after you have a myriad of surgeries, and sometimes things don't heal properly. And so I was hesitant to go, terrified to go, actually. And so when I went into the fitting room, as modestly as I could, I knew that there was a young, beautiful, healthy woman coming in with a tape measure to look at me. And you have to disrobe. I mean, to be measured, everything has to be off. And so I'm trying to, I've taken everything off. I've got my shirt in front of me, and my back is to her. So literally, she is unable to do her job. And I'm like, well, I just want to warn you, this is like a Frankenstein's monster kind of thing under here. And she's like, just turn around and let me look. And I was so afraid that when I turned and showed her what I see in the mirror every day, she would feel the same way in the mirror the same way that I feel when I look in the mirror. And I turned around, and she said, oh, honey, you're beautiful. And she said, I've seen so much worse, and they're beautiful too. And this woman woman, this little angel woman, she never said, you guys or those people. She said, my girls. And she said it over and over again. And I said, who are you talking about? And she said, well, the cancer women that I fit, they're all my girls. And I remember thinking, I love you, and I want all of my daughters to come see you. I want everyone to come see you, because she made me feel not just whole and complete, but normal and decent and worthy of, you know, a beautiful garment and a beautiful experience. And I do love her, and I'm grateful for this beautiful work.